On today's Teuty's track analysis, we have the track of the day for May 30th, AetherWorld by OregoX. AetherWorld is a speed tech track and it's entirely made from the road block. You can also find a couple of turbo boosts in the track. AetherWorld does have a GPS, and the time the GPS drives the track in is the same as the author metal time. AetherWorld only has a single finish. There are some speed checks on the track, though they are extremely minor and should cause no issues, and there are also no cuts on the track. I found AetherWorld to be a fair bit challenging and would rate the difficulty a 7.5 out of 10. The metal times seem to be back to their pre-console release difficulty, as my personal best of a 42.856 comes in 3/10 behind the author metal time of 42.528. The gold medal time was 45 seconds, the silver 55 seconds, and the bronze 1 minute and 10 seconds. Though AetherWorld was quite a challenge to drive, overall I had an extremely good time on the track and thought it was extremely well made, and would give it a triple plus. For the route analysis today, we are using the current world record Ghost driven by Lasso to compare against my personal best. Their time of a 42.054 comes in about 8/10 ahead of that personal best. During today's analysis, we will also be using camera 2. I just found the track to be much more drivable in camera 2, so if you are in camera 1 and are struggling to drive the track today, I would suggest switching over to cam 2. At the very start of today's track, after grabbing the booster, you want to head towards the right hand side, then turn over to the left a little bit. This is just going to reduce your airtime a tiny bit and give you a couple extra milliseconds off your time. Right after that, we have this jump here, which you want to jump sort of around the center, but be turning very hard to the right. So when you land, you will get into this auto slide, so you can get around these corners here very tightly. Coming up here, I will actually drift this, even though the world record does not. I just found it helped me get a little bit better inside line and better speed slide here on the exit. For this jump here, the world record is going to take the entire thing on an inside line, while I start on a wider line and then go inside. My line is going to give me more exit speed, and maybe it would have been kind of a wash, but on the exit, my speed slide is going to be worse, and I'm not going to get much acceleration. For this next little jump here, you want to make sure you are on the higher side, otherwise you will clip, and you also want a pretty heavy drift here so you can get a very tight inside line around the checkpoint. If you end up wide here, you will be too far over to the right, and you will crash out over on that gap. Before exiting this platform, the world record performs their drift, while I only start my drift after landing on the lower platform here. I also have to do a couple releases because I felt I was not going to make it around the corner, and that was the case, as you can see here, barely scraping by that gap. Coming up into the next jump, we'll see the world record will take a much better inside line than I do. I'm very wide here. I also don't go for some brake taps, which the world record also does, to tighten up their line. I do think there is a possibility of a really good line here without doing any brake taps, but it might be quite challenging. The next uphill drift to the right was by far the hardest part of the track for me. Never really could get this one figured out. We'll see the world record here going out very wide, but you do got to be careful with that wide line. Very, very easy to slide out over the edge. But then just an overall tighter line here from the world record around that corner. And you can see here me ending up very wide. And for the last jump here, we'll see the world record go down towards the right, jump up a little bit towards the left, and really that's the line you want to take, even though there's a wide variety of lines that can work. And that will conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Check the description for links to my Discord, and be sure to check out all the other analysis videos already out on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Thursday for the next one.